Hello in YouTube world. It's me, Justine. You found me. It's a miracle. I want to share this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to try to describe what's going on here, this wacky stuff I'm up to, and then come back on for a tarot card reading. But I was outside just now with my homies, this gaggle of geese that hang out. I think they're geese. There's also ducks. Let's just call them ducks, but they're my friends. I was out there and I got, in the craziest way, which I won't go into, but through nature, I got a very clear message about something that I've been trying to figure out. I've been getting these downloads. They look like images, so I draw them. And then through my own method, I kind of figure out what it means for me. And then if I bring it here, I try to generalize it a little bit. But so yeah, these are some of the wacky things that I've been up to. This is about a shadow projection, and there's the stars. I'm not going to go into this now, but I really hope I can describe this at some point. But the only reason I'm showing you this is because they all kind of mean the same thing, right? There's this one. I showed this the other day. Again, it's like this axis that goes up, and then there's like this question mark, and it's almost between these two polarities. And then there was this chicken or the egg thing that I got where okay, so 0.0, and I got this download about what comes first, right? That famous question, like the chicken or the egg, and the answer was both. It depends what direction you're going in. Anyway, all right, all of this is about basically manifestation and staying in a lane that is your best quantum lane or your best timeline, your highest timeline. And how do you do that? And so I got this, let me put this stuff away for a sec. But so I got this message through nature outside, and it started with the words, the healers are healing. And what it was really explaining to me is that sort of some people are just born healers and they do it naturally or unconsciously. Maybe they become conscious to it at some point, or they learn how to do it at some point during their lives. And it's like they're way showers because there are things that they do in their lives that may seem counterintuitive to what's the standard. But those things produce certain results that people tend to gravitate towards or admire. But you can only see what the person is doing on the outside. You can't see what the mechanism or technique is on the inside. So that's part of it. That has to do with the drawings. But the other thing is just that healers, whether it's, you're a light worker or a grid worker or you're a medium or whatever it is that you do, it's been a difficult time, several years of having to transmute not just your own energy, but other energies in order to just keep your equilibrium. You've had to actually take on other energies around you so that you could stay in your at your optimum level or just a functioning level. So now, because we're moving into a new time where there's a lot of expansion happening, the healers are being activated to heal themselves, even if they're functioning at a higher level than maybe the average person, maybe emotionally or intuitively. Maybe they use extra senses beyond the five senses more than the average person, right? Because they do it as a practice or that's something that they really are gifted with. But healers are being triggered to heal themselves so that they can continue to help to transmute the energy around them. Because the idea is that these healers that are activating will activate people around them to awaken to like a code. Or something that's already inside, something that's been done for a long time, but they just never have done it before. It's in their makeup somehow. Something that we're all capable of to some degree. So I know that sounds like, I don't know, that's articulate. I can't really judge it. But I just want to show you these oracle cards. because this I pulled as well. Wait, I have some notes on this. All right. Yeah. So what was interesting is like the other day when I got this image right here, I wrote down 248. I just got those numbers. They came to me when I was doing this. And then I realized like it was missing a 6. Like it really should be, the sequence should be 2468. And I don't know, I couldn't figure that out. I didn't put that much time into it. But when I got these 3 oracle cards, which they're significant because sometimes Spirit will just tell me the 12th card or the 13th card, you know, and I'll take my deck and I will go 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, until I get to that particular card. Look at that attachment. I don't think that's a message for us right now. But so I'll take that particular card, and those messages are always really good because they seem very like targeted, not diffuse. Like they really mean something very significant to me and hopefully to you. So this one, so the yin yang is in the middle here, and what I noticed is the 2, right? No, yeah, 2, 4, and 5 plus 3 is 8, and that was like, whoa, that was like very significant to me because of that sequence of numbers. And then I was reading the oracle cards. It's from I just want to show you this because I use them a lot and I never do the proper thing, which is to tell you who it is. And now I don't have my glasses on, but it's this one. This is such a popular deck. So many readers use it. Energy oracle cards. Sandra and Taylor. Okay. So I was reading the meanings, and I started with the magician in the mirror, right? But the magician in the mirror was here, okay? So I guess my point is this, the chicken or the egg thing. It doesn't matter which side the cornucopia or the magician is on, as long as this yin-yang is in the middle. Something about it's like, this is the manifestation process. And as long as these things are in check, you can kind of go either way. But let me just do this for now because this is how it's written down. So actually, this magician in the mirror has the flame of passion and action in one hand, the left hand. And then in the right hand is the vortex of water and light of reflection. So this is about, it's about the emotions. It's about doing shadow work. It's a very intuitive energy. And these 2 yin-yang energies, right? I'm talking about this even though I'm over here with the magician in the mirror, because they have to be balanced in order for you to manifest something that will last, will stay with you, and will be harmonious for the environment around you. And then there's the yin-yang card. And I just wanted to say real quickly, right, yin is water, the power of spirit and clarity of thought. And the yang is fire, direction, creativity, and transformation, right? So this is important that this is in balance. And then you can manifest, or, you know, you've got manifestations coming in, you're working on manifestations. As long as that's in balance, you are capable of doing these things. And the cornucopia, right? So this is the seeds that you've planted already. So this would be manifestations that you put out there already, that you've put energy work into, and you've kind of lived according to the principles of that, whatever that is. You're doing your part here in the 3D, and Spirit is meeting you halfway in the 5D. So it's the seeds that you've planted energetically, and they're about to harvest. And so, yeah, I just wanted to say that I think that healers are being called to retune, to calibrate, because they work harder with certain senses that other people don't work with at all, to heal. That might mean rest, it might mean exercise, it really depends on who you are, because you're going to be called. It'll be like a ripple effect where something will strike you as important or necessary, or you will gravitate towards a group or a person. And that's what you're meant to be doing at this time. And in order for you to be open to these messages, you really have to be balanced so that you can receive them and then take action on them, is the point, right? So I wanted to get that out there. I'm really glad I did. And I'm going to come back and do a tarot card read, hopefully before I go to my appointment. I'm going to try, but I'll be back. Okay, bye. Well, actually, I'll be back in like 2 seconds in this video, so I don't have to say goodbye. But bye anyway. I'm back already. I'm just going to take a sip of my coffee. Okay. I'm just clearing out any energies for us, anything that's not for our highest and best good. Take that in. Ooh, that's for you. That's for you. All right. I'm going to use my favorite deck here. And let's do this one. I want to do this spread, but I need my notes. All right. Let's see. Put that over there. All right. All right. So we're going to see what's going on in your energy right now. Always remember, you could just hold down the screen if you don't want to wait for the right card. That one's the right card. 2 of Wands. All right. So you're looking at a lot of options right now and making a plan. This could be somebody around you. I feel like this is you. You may be one of these healers that I'm pulling in here. Spirit curtain right here. This is a spirit curtain. That's the meaning. Just trust me on that one. All right, let's just see how you feel about these plans. Ooh, you feel like these are karmic things happening. So there's some stuff at play that there's some unknowns here, but you can feel it. You could feel like there's some sort of a cycle coming to an end here. And I think that most people probably know, but you could wonder where you are on this wheel. Like, are you up at the top, at the bottom, in the middle? But I think you're seeing a lot of things happening around you. And these tents here show that you know that there are things happening, but you can't see everything that's beneath the surface. So you may be working on something. Maybe you started a long time ago. You put something out there and you've been taking steps as you can to achieve this goal, but you're feeling that there's more at play here. It could be a mission or some sort of a long-term goal. And there's visibility here. There's a lot of visibility here and a lot of unknowns, hence the clouds. And there's a sun in this picture. We know that because the sky is blue, but we can't see it yet. There's no sun, there's no moon. So there's a lot of unknowns in your environment right now concerning what you're working on with this particular thing. If this is resonating with you, then let's go on and explore what's contributing to this wheel. What's already gone into it? What's this cycle about? This one. I'm seeing this as you really asserting yourself at this time to stay to stay on point, to continue despite unknowns. But I also feel that there are opposing forces that may be working just as hard for their means. But we will clarify that. Let's just see what's hidden. Empress? Oh my goodness. Your full potential is what's hidden. To whatever goal this is, whatever project this is. This could be something with career, your social, your love life. Could be anything, your health. But what's hidden are the results. They have not been seen yet. You're working on, you might be working on a project underneath one of these tents. Maybe you're waiting for a partner or some help or something to come in, but there is some sort of potential for something that's really going to be sustainable and abundant, something that can bring you happiness and wealth. And, you know, it has not come to fruition. I don't think it's hidden from you. I think you're being strong. So, ooh, I'm sorry, I just hit my mic so loud. That was probably very annoying. Ooh, this popped out. Okay. Ooh. All right, I'm going to keep it reversed because that's what happened. This is the message from Spirit right here. And what Spirit is saying, this is so clear. If you continue to push forward in the spirit of, I will do whatever it takes in my power to succeed at this, it's going to put you in a place of bitterness or resentment or an unease that you don't want, something that is really in direct opposition to this Empress. There has to be a way, another way. This is also a repeating theme. Sometimes it's really good to disengage from something and step back and take a bird's eye view, kind of like being on this wheel, but at the top. Just because you made a plan a long time ago, or there's something that you really want that you've already put a lot of action and time into, doesn't mean that the plan doesn't need adjusting. So maybe you're working too hard. Maybe you have to not watch I'm thinking of like a boiling pot of water, or like when you're waiting, you know, you want to make pasta and the water's been on forever and you're like, it's got to boil soon. I see something happen in there, and you start watching it and it's like, how is this not boiling? And then you walk away, 1 minute later, it's like a full boil. It might be just a matter of stopping for a little bit and reassessing, because, you know, if you just keep pushing, you may run out of steam before you get to the point where you really have to perform on some level. Let's see what's in your subconscious, or just in the subconscious energy around this. 9 of Wands. Yeah, strength. Because there's something that's almost over here. There's something that's coming to completion, and you are exhausted. And you have to continue, right? You need to finish. Ooh, you guys, my storage filled up. That means this is an important one. It also means that I have way too much stuff on my phone. So anyway, again with the mic, I'm sorry, guys. What I was saying is just that, you know, you're not done yet. And so you may need to slow down a little bit and recharge, especially if you're a healer, especially if you're transmuting more energy than just your own, because like the water around you is like contaminated, or the energy is, which means that you have to work harder just to keep your energy where it needs to be. And that's in the subconscious. So, you know, listen to your body. And if there's some emotions that have to be dealt with, like maybe do it now, because look, these are right next to each other. This is what Spirit's saying. Don't just fight no matter what to get to the end. Make sure that you're smart and that you preserve your energy. This might involve compromise a little bit, or slowing down, or just reevaluating how you're doing things, the strategy, or maybe you're working too hard. I'm getting that. All right, so then let's just find out. This next section is about an action you can take, or some kind of strength, or something that may need some tweaking to get to this goal of yours. Whatever these plans are that you put into motion in your life. Well, you have a great plan. So this is something that's very balanced, but it requires you to stand out in some way. So yeah, important for you to recharge, to make sure that you know exactly what you want, to practice, and to maybe, work on your, what do they call that? An elevator pitch or something. Work on whatever it is on how to describe it quickly and in a way that you're comfortable with, so you can do it with whomever you come across, whatever this is, whether it's regarding your career, what you're looking for in like a romantic partner, something with your health, or if you're starting a new project and you're looking for partners. Just make sure that you're really comfortable with what it is you're trying to present, especially if it's something abstract. Now, this last card that I'm going to pull is to let us know what it is. What's the cause? What's the lesson? What's this event that's upcoming? Why is it happening this way? What is Spirit trying to show you? It's kind of an open-ended question. It's just like a little recap, really. That's this one. It's the Seven of Wands in reverse. And it's so similar to these cards. Yeah, I mean, I think that being stubborn and being stuck in a belief about something that it can only go one way or only be done one way is not going to help. And I think that maybe Spirit is pushing you way, way out of your comfort zone because you've been doing something in a way that is not going to benefit you in the long run. Like ease up. And look here, Six of Cups is on the back of the deck. Yeah, like ease up. There's a way that you've been doing things for a while, and it may be because you've never learned a different way, or you've tried other things in the past and they didn't work when it comes to this. But let that go, because this is a new cycle. So yeah, reevaluate, look for ways to get things done without as much effort in general, so that you can stay in balance to manifest your goal, the cornucopia. All right, I already shuffled this. I have a little bit of room here. So, okay, let's just go right up to that for a sec. The Seven of Wands in reverse, and let's just see if we can get any clarification to give more context to that. Justice. So I'm just going to speak from my intuition and what this is telling me. The scales are balanced. The truth is here. There's some distance in between the scales and the truth here. And then there's this cat in the middle. It's very hard for people to change their minds about things that they have believed in for a long time, because it makes people look at themselves and be like a self-critic, because it's hard for people to accept that we're imperfect. So what I'm feeling from this, based on the other cards, is that there's compromise needed in this situation for sure. Whether it's you working with other people, collaborating in a way, maybe you're not aligned with somebody that you're on a team with, or there's something in your life that's not aligned and that you're really looking to change. And I would say that the best way to get there is, again, to know what your goals are, and then to try very hard to look at how those goals affect the other parties involved, regardless of whether it's fair, not fair, morals, your beliefs versus their beliefs. Just having that understanding of how it affects. I'm going to have to somehow get that out, because I said the F word and I didn't mean to, but I don't know. I'm not monetized, so whatever. But yeah, so how does it affect other people? Because knowing that and understanding that, even if you don't think it really applies, because maybe there's something out of whack and that isn't fair, it will really help you to just communicate and to decide how to proceed so that people can understand what it is that you're saying in a way that allows them to actually focus on what you're saying and not on themselves. And so it's coming from a place of, this is how this situation is affecting me. What can be done so that we can alleviate this? Instead of maybe saying, you're doing A, B, and C to me, and it's doing this to me, and it needs to change. So maybe taking a more objective approach to getting to your goal and just being really careful with your communication. But let's just find out what this Two of Wands is. That just fell out. Three of Cups in reverse. So you may be looking to do away with the situation that is not benefiting you, that you're in, either by choice because you got involved in something a while ago and it's not working for you anymore, or you chose it, or you were pulled into it, or I'm thinking triangulation here. I'm just thinking of manipulation, putting people at odds with each other for some end. It's no good for you. It's no good for your lifestyle and your manifestations. So you're trying to get out of this situation. And your strength, let's see about that. Who's exerting strength? What kind of... Yeah, because you feel like... I'm back again. So my phone storage already clogged up. I'm on to something here. Because there's a lot of interference, and there was just a little bird chirping outside. So yeah, you've tried a lot of things. They haven't worked. You may be exhausted. You absolutely need to heal and recharge. You've been working really, really hard. And your effort is not wasted. But just, recharge. Because you have to stay balanced in order to do what it is you're doing. And it is going to require that you heal, so that you can speak in a way that doesn't alienate people from whatever it is that you're trying to do here. There may need to be negotiation. Look, on the back of the deck, there's this moon in reverse, right? So, this is about having grace too, because when the microscope or the telescope, when the focus is on someone else and their deeds, and maybe they made a mistake or they didn't do something right, well, remember when you're judging that person and, when you are reflecting on their choices in hindsight, which, they didn't have the ability to do, remember that could easily be you, because we all make mistakes. And how would you want to be seen or judged or evaluated if you were in their shoes, even if you would never do the thing that they're doing, right? This is just an example. But try to, like we were talking about this before, with the Nine of Wands, the Five of Swords, being the Emperor, just understanding that, you can't do everything alone. And in order to collaborate with other people, you have to stretch yourself to understand where they're coming from. All right, this is really long. So I just want to find out a little bit about this creation that's hidden, this Empress energy. Something that you've been working on. It doesn't have to be a thing. It could be a lifestyle. It's this one. Ooh, King of Wands. Wow. This could really be, this could be like a relationship, absolutely. It could also just be a counterpart for a business or a venture, but it could be a part of yourself as well. Maybe you are this amazing. Maybe you are an Empress and a King of Wands, which means like you are super creative and abundant, and you have the confidence to put your ideas out there and the strength to have them rejected and to fail, which is totally necessary to become an emperor. It's not just a win-win-win all the time. Way more losses to becoming an emperor than there are wins. But that's really cool. And one more for this, maybe some advice on how to disengage a little bit from the feeling that you must win this battle and there's a specific way that it has to be done, etc. Let's see. Ooh, judgment. Yeah. Yes. Think about how you would want to be treated. Even if you can't even imagine being the other party in the situation. So let's say that you work with people that are really giving you a hard time. They're reporting you and, whatever, taking your hours, or they're, whatever it is, right? Just try to think about where they're coming from, what the motivation could be, how you would want to be spoken to or handled if you were maybe doing something that was upsetting someone else, perhaps even unwittingly, right? How would you be able to receive that information in a way that it would be constructive so that you could compromise, negotiate, change your behavior, and be motivated to do so? It's not going to be like taking a newspaper out and smacking someone on the nose with it. That's probably not going to work. But when judgment's called, it's not just called for whoever you perceive to be the person who's doing something that's not in line with, your morals. It's about everyone. It's about, judgment. I mean, and yes, if you've been doing good, then you should really be okay. And if you've been making mistakes, does that mean that you're in trouble? Not necessarily. It just might mean that you have to change something. So keep that in mind, to just to have grace, to give people grace. And then, yeah, why not? Let's just see this Wheel of Fortune, because that's the thing that we just don't know. We don't know how the angels are going to weave this situation. We don't know how it's going to come about. That's kind of the point. But it's been in progress, like the wheel's turning. So there's not much you could change here, but maybe we can get a little indication. It feels like this one. The star! Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. This is going to give you, if you could just push a little bit further, because you're in this Nine of Wands, you are going to somehow miraculously be given an opportunity to heal something that you didn't think could be healed, to create something that you couldn't imagine creating, a dream, a wish, but it's divinely led, and it's definitely about healing. It's about growth, being able to grow. That's really nice. I hope that is your message. That's beautiful. Well, if you stayed till the end, I'm really glad that you did. And I will see you soon. I'm sending my love to you. Bye.